bit of catnip.
Good morning, welcome back. My name's Kirsten. Good morning, welcome back. It's Saturday morning. I'm in my office. I'm not really in a work mood. I'm finding it very hard to motivate myself to do anything, if I'm honest. This last week, I feel like I've slowed down to the point of stopping. So I need to get myself not necessarily working, but just doing something, not just endlessly scrolling on my phone and staring into the void. Yeah, so my name's Kirsten. For a job, I buy, sell secondhand, vintage, antiques, collectibles, anything that I can find to sell online, on eBay, on my website, and also in antique centres. But I realised just then, as I was doing an intro a second ago, that's not all I am, is it? I started saying, my name's Kirsten, I buy, sell, vintage, antiques, all that. And then I stopped myself and thought, hey, I'm defining myself by my work. And it shouldn't be like that, should it? And I need to take stock and actually have a bit of a life that isn't work. So, yeah. Anyway, so today I'm going to do some work. I've had a delivery, which is always really exciting, always makes my office smell amazing. So I'm going to show you those so I can put them away. And there's a reason for that, because I've decided to get my head in order. I am going to tackle this and get it into some sort of order that I can feel it's not overwhelming. You know, if you're a reseller, you will have a pile like this somewhere, more than likely. But the fact that it's here all the time in my face, it's probably not a good idea. Also, look at the state of that under there. Yeah, and so maybe I could get it in order, get it tidy, and then I'll feel a bit freer. You know, let's see. So first things first, I'm going to show you the stuff on here. Oh, incidentally, let me just tilt you slightly. Do you like my shirt? I pulled it out of the bag of clothes that I was going to just take to the car boot. Oh, I think I'll keep that one. So I've put it on today. That's another thing I did today. I came down in my scruffy old tracky bottoms and a polar, like a thermal top. And I felt really scruffy and I thought, no, put something else on. Make yourself feel a little bit more presentable. I mean, I know, you know, but a little bit more presentable. Anyway, let's show you what the delivery was before my brain gets distracted in completely different directions. So, wax melts. These are all made by my friend down in Devon. I used to buy them for the shop, and now I still get them to deliver them to me up here because they're the best wax melts I've ever found. They smell absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, there's lots here that I've had already, but I'm going to go through all the scents, and then I've got 2 new ones. So that's exciting, isn't it? So we have got Snow Fairy. Some of you will sort of recognise these ones. Oops. Thai lime and mango. I love that. It's got that sort of fruity smell. Rouge. That's a really punchy floral smell. Really, really lovely. Pink Fizz and Pomelo. Again, quite a floral one. Blood Orange, Dewberry and Patchouli. Beautiful. This one's one of my favourites. Warm Woods and Cashmere. It's a nice, more subtle smell, scent. A sort of, when it says Warm Woods, it's got that sort of warming smell about it. Another one of my favourites. cocoa and sandalwood. I love sandalwood, and then the cocoa just gives it that, I want to say creamy smell. I'm not very good at this, sort of telling you what things smell like. Fresh laundry. Mandarin and sandalwood is the one that I've got on in my office at the moment. Love that. Rhubarb and rose, you can imagine what that smells like. A very popular one. This was always my absolute favourite in the shop. Lemongrass and ginger, really fresh, really lovely, cuts through the smell. You know what I mean? Cuts through and really gives you a fresh, strong smell. It is quite a strong one, so you want it in a bigger area. So like a hallway where it can diffuse through the house. I used to have that on in the shop, so you can imagine a big shop. To be honest, a lot of these have got quite a good scent, you know. They're not too light that you can't smell them. Okay, and then the next one, new ones that I've got in, is Rejuvenating Spa. Can you see that? Yeah. And I'm trying to think how I describe what that smells like. You know, like a really sort of fresh but expensive shower gel. Really, really lovely. Just a very sort of cleansing one, that one. And then Mandarin Nectar. So I'm thinking that's like the mandarin, but it's got more that sort of honeyed smell to it. So yeah, all of those. So they're £2 per packet, and you get 3 in a packet, and they're all handmade, as I say, by my friend down in Devon. So you're supporting my business and you're also supporting hers as well. I'm going to tidy these away as the first thing that I'm going to tidy. Okay, let's go. I got stuck in, started packing a few bits away in boxes that I'd got spare. Took stuff out of the room, packed up stuff that I'd already priced for Louth into a box so that I could go and pile it up elsewhere. Wrote out a few labels. Just generally got rid of all the rubbish hanging around. I don't know if I'm in the right frame of mind for this. I have cleared some stuff. I had some stuff priced up for Louth there. I've boxed it up and taken it through to the other room. And then I've put some of this stuff away, but a lot of it just needs dealing with, as in either pricing up for a booth or listing online. And I don't know where to start. Maybe I just need to get some boxes so that I can actually just box it up, so at least it's in a tidy pile. Maybe that's the way forward. Right, I'll put the light on, make it a bit brighter in here. Darren's brought me some crates and a box, so hopefully I can at least tidy this slot up. And then what I'd like to do, because I've not been able to get to my windowsill, tidy up the stuff on the windowsill. That's all stock that's on my website. I tried to be sort of just candlesticks and studio pottery. And then I'd like to tidy this up here. I mean, I actually quite like this cluttered little mantelpiece, but I might rearrange because I've got some nice bits that you can't see. There's a few bits up there, and then that is just rammed full. But I don't know if I'll change that because I've got to store my stock somewhere, haven't I? Darren put those up the other day for me. That's the few that didn't sell straight away. The lovely artist watercolour cards that have been framed, and then these Lucy Mabel Atwood pictures. Here we go again. This time I've got boxes and crates to use. I've acquired these crates over time from auction houses. They're really useful. You can put a lot in them, and you can put weighty stuff in them as well. So really, really handy. And it just means that I can get it all into a little bit more of an order. Ta-da! That's looking so much better. I do lack a bit of space for my craft stuff because it's sort of rammed in these 4 Kallax squares here, so then it overflows up here as well. But it is what it is. I don't have more space than I've got. It's 12 o'clock, so I need something to eat. So I'm going to have something to eat, and then I think I'm going to do a bit of a rearrange in there. let's go find some food. Not the healthiest lunch, but it's difficult when you're avoiding bread, when you want something quick. Luckily, there were some boiled eggs in the fridge, so I'm going to eat this and watch a bit of YouTube. Well, that lunch was about as bland as it looked. I've got a chilli in the slow cooker for tea that I prepped earlier, so I'm looking forward to that. I've got some cauliflower, so I can have some cauliflower rice, and I think I'll make some like low carb wrap things that I can make, so I'll do that ready for tonight. So I've got something nice to have later. I've really got into watching on YouTube, I think it's called Flawless Cleaning Services. I'll put a link down below. It's this was a young chap and his dad and his uncle and cousins and all sorts, and they go and tackle people's gardens that have got overgrown. It's like a charity thing. It's amazing. So I would recommend go and subscribe and go and watch them. It's really, really good to watch. Sort of heartwarming thing. So definitely worth a watch. Right, I think I'm going to take everything off there and put new stuff on so I get a different view. So this is the before. It's a whole collection of things. Most of them I absolutely adore, but all of them are on my website if you're interested. So this is before, and this is what it would look like if I was into minimalism, but obviously I'm not. And this is the after. I put some of the newer stuff on, a mix, but yeah, there's some of that newer stuff that I showed you recently. Really love it. It's colourful and it's all got a bit of a Scandi mid-century feel about it. Next job is to make this look a bit more presentable, but I think I'm going to struggle. Just I need space for storage, so I thought if I just make the top shelf look nice, then the rest can be crammed in a bit. But I'm going to put some nice things in there and make that look pretty. I think that's looking loads better. So this is my top shelf now. It's a bit of a random mix of stuff, but it all looks eclectic. And then I've done this shelf here. And then down at the bottom, mainly glass. So that's looking loads tidier. And then I have some photos up here. I don't tend to show you photos of my children because they don't choose to come on YouTube. But I think I can get away with this one because, as you can see, they are tiny babies. My daughter is now 22. Is that right? I think so. My eldest is about 27 and middle son is 25. So you wouldn't recognise them. And this was our garden where we lived in Lincolnshire before we moved down to Devon. I've not touched the tins, and all I've done on here is I've put the two sets of china that I've got together on one shelf. So I've got this lovely real flower power retro one, Elizabethan Portobello, and then this beautiful, how gorgeous is that? Cold cloth. Really pretty. So anyway, I've put those together, but this is still looking a little bit ramshackle. Shall I tackle that now? Maybe. Well, this is a great improvement on this morning when I came in. I was feeling really glum and slow and just couldn't face doing anything, but this has been good. It's been a good little project. Oh, I added a couple of bits, the Pinocchio and the little rooster thing. And then I tidied this up a little bit. I've got those nice mugs at the back that's set with the hens on. Bit Hornsey, these gorgeous Hornsey mugs. And then I put all the teddies and things over here on top of my books. It's a bit awkward when you want to get a book out, but hey, it's not the end of the world. These bits are just orders that I've got to pack. And there is my pile of stock to sort. To be fair, it's still a mess under there, but that's where I keep all my packaging bits and cloths for cleaning and labels and all that. So, and then this is still a mess. This is usually going to be in my next video section where I've pulled bits out that I think would be nice to go on my website. But I don't know if you can remember, probably about 3 weeks ago I said, I've pulled things out that I'm going to deal with today. And there they are, still there, because I didn't deal with them. And then I need to price up these, but I need to find a pen that works. So yeah, I am very, very pleased with the work that I've got done today. I just said to Darren, do you think that we could get some fairy lights up in my office? And he said, well, when we get the Christmas decorations down, we could. And I wasn't thinking of doing the Christmas decorations for a while, but tomorrow I think is going to be equally as grey and drab. And I think some fairy lights would cheer me up. So I'm thinking that maybe Christmas will come tomorrow. Because I really would like some fairy lights in my office, because it just makes me feel good when it's wintry and grey and dark and horrible. It just cheers me up. So, you know, we have to do what we have to do, don't we? Here is chilli bubbling away. Normally I only do it with beans, but we put meat in it today. And I put carrots, because I was putting it in the slow cooker as well. So I'm going to give that a stir. That's going to cook for another couple of hours. But I thought I'd make my wraps, so they're ready. When I was at my mum's the other weekend, I was clearing out some of her cupboards, stuff she's not going to need. And I found this old tea towel. I love old tea towels. Look at this one from 1986. Isn't it gorgeous? A clock with the flowers. I mean, it's well used and it's faded as anything, but it will go in my tea towel collection. Oh, and there was something else that I wanted to show you as well. Look at this apron. Isn't it fab? Look at that. I don't remember this from my mum's. It was at her house. I'm wondering if it was something that was my grandmother's in Germany, because the label, where's the label? Here. Made in Switzerland. So it could be. But isn't that fab? Found my recipe. So almond flour, coconut flour, xanthan gum, baking powder, salt, lime juice, egg, water. Well, I don't have any lime juice, but I've got lemon juice. Got everything else. Just need to get the salt out. Jenny's hoping I'll drop some food. There's nothing for you. I don't think you will. She's off. Just got to let that rest in the fridge for 10 minutes and then I can roll those out. God, it's miserable. It's still raining. I did check on my seedlings the other day. Not seedlings, my cuttings. And they don't look too bad. So fingers crossed. Some survive. I've been doing some TikToks of the dogs. If you subscribe to Gardening with Dogs, Darren's channel, you'll have seen the shorts. They're the same as the TikToks that I've been putting out. But one of the little TikToks that I put out has had a ridiculous amount of views. Normally I get about 200 or 300 views on my TikTok. But that one's had something like 34,000 views or something. It's crazy. Anyway, yeah, it's just a little bit of fun, isn't it? Just a bit of fun. Okay, I'm going to roll these little tortilla wraps out and then you dry fry them in the pan, ready for chili later. Proof that I'm totally incapable of making even-sized little balls. But anyway, I've rolled out 8 little balls and then I will roll them out in between 2 pieces of parchment, dry fry, Bob's your uncle. There's one rolled out. There it is in the frying pan. And these are ones that I've already done. So they're not very big. You can see that's my hand. They're only little. But they're a nice alternative. I don't think there's any flies around, but I'm just going to pop it in the microwave. seen a recipe on TikTok that I really want to try. It's chocolate brownies but made with sweet potato and dates and things. So it hasn't got like the refined sugars because I'm feeling like I really do want something sweet. So, but we went to Aldi on Thursday, couldn't see dates or cocoa powder. So I couldn't even start thinking about making that. And then I was like tempted to go out, drive into Skeg to Tesco's today to go and get the ingredients. But I thought it's Saturday morning. It's absolutely disgusting weather. It's December nearly. Let's not do that. I want to know why this bit of fringe, which is no longer than this bit of fringe, but it always looks longer. It's not actually longer. It just lays flat when the others don't. Anyway, I've got some thank yous. Let me switch my computer on and get some thank yous out. We'll pretend you're not balanced precariously on a very rickety tripod that has a tendency to, because the grip's gone at the bottom, throw my phone out at me at any point. So I'm going to talk quickly. Thank you to Pauline and Valerie for ordering on my website. Really appreciate it. Valerie, apologies, but I'd already been out to the post office yesterday when you ordered, so that will go on Monday. And also a big thank you to Mary, sorry, new member of my YouTube channel, and of course thank you to all the other members of my YouTube channel as well. I really do appreciate it. Your support means a lot. It is getting increasingly dark, like it ever got light today. It's now 3:30 and I am going to edit this little video together. Darren's watching the football curled up with the dogs, and I may well pop upstairs and read my book, or I have got a television upstairs so I could watch some television. What have I been watching that I really liked? Oh, we watched Under the Dome. Have you watched any of that? I don't know what channel that's on. That could be 5 as well. I seem to be finding lots of things on channel 5 at the moment. Anywho, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed my little working around my office day. And I really do appreciate your support. I do appreciate it. If you could leave me a thumbs up and a comment. If you can't think of anything to say, leaving an emoji really does help the algorithms. And remember, if you want to see more of the dogs, then pop over and subscribe to Gardening with Dogs. All right, take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon.